So gaming keeps you coming back for more and more. So the dopamine cycle associated with gaming is hitting that reward seeking part of your brain. So it's constantly keeping you extremely engaged. So you're never just able to put it down. The question you got to ask yourself is, could you apply that same principle, that same feeling that you have towards the game to get into that next level to life? And if you could, how things would change for you. So your dopamine cycle actually fuels your motivation. So when you have the motivation to do something, you know at the end that you're going to get the reward, the dopamine for doing that task. So you go out and you do it and you push through whatever adversity may come. The thing you get in gaming is you get to that next level, you get that next gun, you get that next prestige, rank, whatever it may be. And that's the reward that comes with it. That's the dopamine that comes with it. Or you even get the wins in the game. Like if you play a game like Fortnite, Apex Legends, these type of things, you get the win from that, and that's a dopamine. That's a reward within itself. But imagine you could apply the same tenacity that you had towards the game, getting that win or whatever, the 10, 20 hours that you sit there a day. Because I know some people that sit there for 15 hours a day and do nothing but they just game. So imagine being able to apply that to your life, putting the same tenacity towards that next rank, towards your life, how much further ahead you would be. So for me, I had a massive addiction to games for all growing up, right? I still managed to push through, do my work, build it in and around my life somewhat. But I have an extremely addictive personality, so I basically have to cut it out 95% of the year. And then for like 5% I might play, or basically I don't even really play anymore, but you know, every now and again it might sneak back in. So to apply the same principles that you get from the game, right? So you imagine in the game you're at X level and you want to get to X level, right? You have a goal in mind for that. You've essentially set a goal for the game to get to X level, okay? A lot of people, and especially a lot of people in the gaming world, people that I even know that play all the time, they have goals within inside a game that they want to get to, and then you ask them about one goal they have in their life for the next month too. They have no idea. So that, I mean, that's a simple principle of like how people have so many goals in a game, especially like these nerdier guys that are, you know, fatter, not as muscular, whatever. They have no goals in life, but in the game they have a ton of goals and they achieve a ton of things within the game. So if you could just apply the same principle to your life, set out goals. It'd be as simple as starting with setting out goals in your life as you do in the game. You could gamify that a little bit, and once you get to the next level, you'll notice like the dopamine, the reward system will be there a lot more than it is in the game, because it's obviously a real world applicable. Just like with gaming and life, there's a skill gap in everything. Say you were to start a business, right? You're obviously going to be at a very low level, or you're going to be, you know, not very experienced at that time. It's about setting goals and then building yourself up to a higher rank per se, or a higher, you know, a higher capability for issues, or higher capability for business. And coming with that, there's going to be a lot of trial and errors, right? It's just about who can push through to that next reward, who can push through more shit to get to that next dopamine center, like to recycle. So with me, when I play games, right, I hang around a completely different caliber of people, okay? So these are people that play games for 10, 15 hours a day. And then my peer group or my support group, my game group, right, when I'm doing these things and they help me reach my goals, they help me like level up, they play 10, 15 hours a day, right, you know what I mean? So if you can apply the same thing to life, and then, like, this is exactly what I did. I applied the same thing to life, right? I came around heaps of people in real life that were doing businesses, doing better than me. I saw what they were doing, and then they played, right? They played the game of entrepreneurship with me. They walked me through the steps, showed me tips to get better and more competent, right? And then my money started to go up a little bit. And then as I wanted more money, I would find either hire people, like people making more money, or either I would level myself up, right? And then they would level up as a byproduct of that. And then we would continually level up together. Or you get people, obviously, that are at the higher level in real life, and they would bring you up. They're literally the same way as a game. If you want to be in the higher ranks, right, you would get someone from the higher ranks to help you get better, get up. It's just this, you can literally gamify life as you do a game. Like, if you literally treat it the same way you set out goals, you hang around people that are about it, and then you just do it constantly for 10 to 15 hours a day, you can't lose. You literally can't lose. So in the world of gaming, you've got your ranks, you've got your whatever it may be, okay? In the entrepreneurial space, we don't have anything like that. What we have is money. That's our kind of rank. So who has more money is the higher rank, right? That's how we keep score. That is the scoreboard for entrepreneurship, is money. So based on where you are in the financial hierarchy, right, obviously gives you a rank. So say you have only made $10,000 online, right? Well, then you would want to find people that have made $10,000 per month online, okay? Doing 10x more than you, 12x more than you per year. All right, that would be a good jumping point, and then they could drag you up to that $10,000 per month mark, and then you would be at a higher rank. Essentially, you'd be gamifying life by getting to their level. Once you hit that point, then you're finding the person that has 50,000 a month, right? And then you're doing what they're doing. They're teaching you. Then you rank up to their level, and then you get that dopamine hit, and then you find someone doing 100,000 a month. All it is, nobody is successful in the entrepreneurial game. It is literally all a game, exactly like you would with Fortnite or Apex Legends, right? I'll use Apex Legends as an example because that was my game of choice, right? If you're at a low rank, you're trying to find someone at a higher rank or someone better than you to teach you, and you get better. And you just play. There is no real ending with this game, and as soon as you hit that next rank, you want the next rank again, or as soon as you hit that money goal, you want the money goal above that. But that's good. That's the dopamine system, that's the reward system kicking in, and you want that. You never want that to end. So because of me having a gaming addiction throughout, you know, my childhood, 10 to even, you know, a couple years ago, even though I was doing things in my business at this time, I was still finding time for the games, until I basically, now my only dopamine path comes from building businesses, making money. For me, having this gaming addiction, I feel like maybe it wasn't the greatest thing, but it taught me how to gamify life and treat life like a game. Like for me, I had a very addictive personality, so applying the same principles to life and gamifying life for me is a very good way of getting me motivated, getting me up and trying to get me to that next level. Like for instance, with gaming, right? Something that probably shouldn't be taken that serious. I used to aim train my aim to get better, so where I could click so I could kill more people, right? I used to do that for like 2 to 3 hours a day just so I could be better than all my friends or everyone in the game. Okay? So I have now applied that same type of training, gamification, dopamine reward system to business, and that's how I feel like applying that over to my business life is how I'm going to be able to make tens of millions, hundreds of millions, potentially even billions, depending on the level I want to take things throughout life. There's no stopping, right? So it's wherever you're able to take things to, and you should always be pushing to that next level. So you would just gamify everything in your life. If you're like me and games were your crutch, or you really liked games, you can just gamify your life. Literally take the points that I've given in this video. You set out your peer group, like for business or life. You set it out with positive people making more money than you or a higher rank doing better than you. You then play, or you play the game of entrepreneurship for 10 to 15 hours a day, and you constantly play. The more time you have in the game, the better. The more hours you put into the entrepreneurial space, the better. And like with everything, you have to embrace failure and iteration. Everything is about, I think there's a quote, it's like, anything measured is something gained, or some bullshit like that. Anything gained is something measured, something like that. It's basically just stating that everything you do, you need to reiterate, like look over it, see if that was the best way to do it, and then adjust and then move forward. Okay? So when you're putting in the time in the entrepreneurial space, or let's say even when you're putting in time into the games, right? You want to be looking over your footage in games, for instance, and you want to be saying, where did you go wrong? How could you have done better? How can you do better moving forward? The same principles apply to your business life. Yeah, okay, I made X amount last month. What could I do to make more this month? How could I apply different things that would get me to that next level, that 50, 100,000? So by unlocking the dopamine system and the reward system in real life, you'll actually unlock new levels that you never thought you'd be able to achieve in your life. Something that you maybe thought was above you, even though it's not. And you'll be able to achieve these things. For me, gamifying it was the best way of possibly doing that. And yeah, I feel like it's worked quite well, and it'll hopefully work well throughout the future for me. And I don't plan on giving up anytime soon. So I invite you to go share your own gamification of life, right? sharing the gamification that I did. Do it to your own life. Put down the games, man, because at the end of the day, these games aren't doing anything for you. They're not pushing you ahead. If your family's sick, they're not going to take them out of hospital. You may as well apply the same dopamine system, the same reward system, the same everything, to something that's actually going to have some real world application. Anyways, that is my video for this week, this Wednesday. Another video next Wednesday, and I'll find some more content to ramble on about.